Hey everybody, Chris here with Klingspor's Woodworking Shop. We're going to start a new segment called Coffee and Grit, where you drink the coffee and I talk about the nitty gritty of all things Klingspor's Woodworking Shop. Well, being in technical, we get a lot of questions about products, and so I just had this one the other day, so I thought, well, this would be the perfect item to launch on this new segment of our video series. So I'm in the store today, and I thought, well, let me just grab one of these off the shelf. These are the corner brackets. They're the rigid corner brackets. They come in a pack of 4. And so they're enable you to do in complete, obviously, 4 corners. So let me give you a little more detail about what these things do. So again, they come in a pack of 4. They come with a bracket, two different brackets. One is the bracket that gets mounted to one part. This bracket gets mounted to the other part. And then there is an inset screw that stays with the main bracket that actually gets screwed into the part. So if you notice on this, there are little wings at the top and at the bottom. Those little wings are going to get encapsulated by, see if I can get you to where you can see those. You can see how that has a little L shape to it. That gets encapsulated into that little winged area and locks it into place. So how does that work in reality? Well, I built a little sample here just so you could see. So let me just take this little screwdriver, and you can use a flathead, Phillips, or even a square drive, and we're going to unscrew this screw so you can see what this whole thing looks like if you were using it on a project. So this can be used with bed rails or table apron or just about any sort of piece that you need to have rigid corners that need to be able to come apart relatively easily, but also be very secure when they are together. And so here you can see, just imagine this is a post or part of an apron. I went ahead and mounted this here. And so if this was a bed rail post, for instance, and then this would be your side rail. So what I've did is I've mounted this bracket here. I mounted the other bracket onto the face of this rail. And as you can see, the two components, when you do it just right, they will overlap. So how this is going to go back together, simply take your screwdriver once you run your screws into the side and your screws into the main bracket, and you will have to choose the appropriate screws for your project. If it's something soft, or something thin, you will have to choose a screw, obviously, that won't go through. So whether it's a lag screw for something like a 4x4 or something smaller for like what we have here, then we've got the screws for most of those applications. But in this case, all you need to do to assemble or disassemble is tighten this screw, and it either comes together really, really securely, or it comes apart really quickly. So if it is for a bed rail and you do need to move that bed, all you need is a good flathead screwdriver. Loosen that right up, those side rails come off, and you're ready to move. So I hope that gave you a quick overview of the rigid corner brackets. These are something that's simple, but not a lot of people, I guess, really know how they're used. So we wanted to present that to you today. Hopefully that explained that and gave you a little bit of the FAQ that we get on our side. Well, this is Chris with Klingspor's Woodworking Shop, and welcome to Coffee and Grit.
Today's presentation of Coffee and Grit is brought to you by Woodworker Joe Whole Bean Coffee, a perfectly blend of light, medium, and dark roast, roasted and packaged in North Carolina exclusively at woodworkingshop.com. Featured today is a rigid corner joint fasteners. Strength meets simplicity. Heavy gussets unmatched for stability, perfect for bed rails, partitions, and more at woodworkingshop.com. If there's a product you'd like featured on Coffee and Grit, let us know at 800-228-0000 or email us at tech@woodworkingshop.com.